There it is. My mic was muted. That's why it wasn't working. My mic was muted. Now you should be able to hear me just fine. So now you should be able to hear me just fine, hopefully. Right? Yes. That should be correct. I think Buster 1849 says I can't hear anything. Give it a sec. I turned the mic back on. That should be correct. Should be better now. Is it better now? Okay, good. Okay. So, how is everyone? I got a new vacuum, but it's still sitting in my car. I probably should have pulled it out so I could at least showed it on the stream. I didn't think, did I? I had the hiccups. I just ate a piece of cake. Walmart had those little chocolate cake. Walmart had those little chocolate cakes. So, they have the little chocolate cakes. They're like this big. They had one for 27 cents. So I bought it. And I put it in my face hole. Anyways, post the link in the stream so that we get more people watching this. Why is Intelitech Studios wearing a hat? Why not? Am I not allowed to wear hats? I could be better right now. Well, I'm glad you're at least okay. Hello, princess and princesses. Hello, Braden D. I cannot say that word. Princesses. I can't say that word at all. PV68 Man is here. Lincoln is here. He says, I'm lonely. I can agree with that. Everyone's lonely right now. Why do people in horror movies go into the basement when they hear a noise? Because they have to advance the plot. How else are they going to advance the plot? Especially if it's a minority. They always get killed off first. You can't get mad at me for saying that because it's true. There's a black guy. If there's only one woman, there's a gay guy. They get killed off first. Every horror movie. It's always how it works. They have the token character there that's just exclusively there to get some sort of woke point. And to make up for it for the people who don't want them, they kill them off first. That's how horror movies go. Usually, anyways. I'm sure there's some that break this formula, but I'm not aware because I don't watch a whole ton of horror movies. The only horror movie I ever watched, which I don't even know if it's technically a horror movie because I watched it like 12 years ago, is I watched a movie called 28 Weeks Later. It's like the only zombie movie I've ever liked. I haven't watched it in years, so maybe if I watch it again, I'll hate it. But it was the only movie with zombies in it that I actually really liked. And I thought it was a really good movie. Granted, I was like 8. So maybe nowadays it sucks. But when I watched it, I thought it was good. And it's called 28 Weeks Later. Oh, and as far as modern day horror movies, they've gotten better in the last couple of years. I watched the first It, not the first one, but the first remake of It that came out a few years ago. And then with the hey Intelitech, are you Christian? No. That's a weird question. Oh, I thought you were asking if my name was Christian. No. No, my name's not Christian. Let's see. Braden D. Oh, okay. I've seen tons of horror movies. Yeah. So, what was I saying? The, what's the name of that one? It's called, Happy Death Day. Yes. That's the most recent sort of horror-ish movie. It's not really horror, but Happy Death Day, and I think there's a part 2. I think it's just called part 2. Or no, it's called what is it called? It's called Happy Death Day, and then some weird subtitle. But there's two movies. I saw both of them in theaters, and they were really good. So if you're gonna get one of those, or get one of those, well, I guess you could buy movies, but if you're gonna see like a modern day sort of scary-ish horror movie, it's not. I'm pretty sure they're only PG-13, so I don't even think they're actually scary. But I appreciate that when they actually get creative because they don't just make something that's incredibly gory and just try that to make it scary. I think that Happy Death Day was actually a very good, well-made movie, and I think they put a lot of talent and a lot of effort into it. It actually seemed like a really, really good film, both versions of it. So I'm happy about that, and I really like that set of movies, that series of movies. So if you're gonna look at a modern sort of scary-esque movie, that's what I'd recommend. I would recommend Happy Death Day. So that is cool. So, yeah. So I like those. I forgot what I was even talking about. Oh, someone made a comment about that. Brett Hagely is angry for some reason. Huh. I'm actually not. I'm actually kind of happy. I don't want to be rude, but intellectual horror movies are not scary. Maybe they're not, but I prefer an intellectual horror. I prefer a horror film that's not just gore. I prefer a horror film where it's actually the ambiance and it's actually the skills of the producers and the directors being shown and not just, because otherwise I'm not interested. I'm not interested in horror movies that are just gore. It doesn't appeal to me at all. I find it gross, in fact. Like, I just don't. The horror movies that are only horror based off of shock and disgust, I'm not a fan of. I like ones that actually have like a story behind it, like Happy Death Day. So that's another reason why I loved that film so much, and I just rave about that film because I really, really like it. And that's a fantastic example of the type of films that I like. If I'm gonna like a film that has some sort of suspense or some sort of horror to it, it's not really a horror film. Um, but it's still sort of a suspense. I would kind of put it in the suspense category. Yeah, there's a little bit of gore, but that's more so to tell the story. That's not just gore for the sake of gore, which coincidentally was also Al Gore's 2000 presidential campaign. Gore for the sake of gore. And anyways, The Shining. Oh yeah, The Shining. The Shining is a classic. I was talking about more newer movies, but yeah, The Shining obviously is a classic. You cannot talk about any sort of legacy horror movies and or scary movies and not discuss The Shining. It's basically the benchmark for a reason, and it's also a really good movie. And again, I don't think The Shining is one where it focuses exclusively on gore, so I think it's one where it's okay. And by okay, I mean it's really good. But I'm saying it doesn't, it's not like Saw or something like that where uh, it just it's just nothing but just gross stuff. Even It is referring to the new It because I don't know if I don't remember off the top of my head if I watched the old It or not, but I've watched the newer It that came out a couple years ago. I think I watched part of chapter 2, but either way. So the newer it's the sort of violence in it wasn't crazy. Like it was pretty much my threshold as far as what I think is okay. Not even okay, but just what I prefer in like an ideal sort of horror flick. So I think that's, and of course, I didn't read the original Stephen King book. I know, don't crucify me for it, but obviously Stephen King is an amazing author, but I just don't read too many books nowadays. But yeah, so it's pretty good. Um, anyways, I love The Shining. Yes, and The Shining is very and it 90 and current is just kind of overrated. Yeah, I can see that. Um, I do think that Saw is overrated. But then again, people don't really talk about Saw anymore. Buster says LBRB. I mean, yeah, Alex, like, I consider sending you the compact, but honestly, it's like, it's not really worth it. I don't even know if I don't know if I, did you send me a message regarding the compact? Did I miss it? I think I might. Oh no, I said it. Yeah, I said we'll see because I haven't calculated the shipping yet. And if the shipping's $20, then I'm not gonna bother because just go buy a brand new one. It's gonna be in better condition and it'll have the attachments. That's not the type of vacuum that's really worth it to ship because you could just buy a brand new one. And even if you didn't want to go to a store, you could buy a brand new one. You could find a place that has free shipping. I'm pretty sure Walmart has free shipping. So there's not really a point. If it was like an older one, maybe, but if it's the exact same one that you can buy in stores, there's no point. Unless you really want it, then may still do it, I guess. But I'm saying, I don't think it's unless the shipping ends up being like $10. It's not really, which it probably won't be. It'll probably be like 25, $30. And at that point, you might as well just spend an extra $10 and buy a brand new one. Even just for the attachments. Even ignore condition. The attachments are $5 a piece. There's 2 attachments. You're already at the same price. So again, I'll calculate shipping and I'll let you know how much shipping is, but it's probably not going to be worth it. But I'll still let you know anyways, just in case. And then you can decide from there if you want to buy mine or if you want to get a new one. So I'll let that be up to you. I got to calculate shipping for a few other things anyways. By the way, that Xbox that I got that was defective that I did the video on, the Halo one, I just sent that back today. So haven't heard from the seller yet, but they'll get that. And I took a picture of the receipt, and I still have the receipt, I think, and I took a picture of it before I sent it off. So I have record of me shipping in case. I don't think the seller would do this, but just in case. I'm upset. My Bissell Cleanview bagless plus 3575-5 motor died on Friday. Ouch. Hey, Intel's like, watch any house cleaning. It's not copyright. I just don't like watching videos. I really don't. I don't just want to sit here and watch videos. Not stream it because there's no point. And then there's no point. Well, the 1520 is an older model. Only difference is the PowerForce logo on the dust cup, and the original dusting brush was black instead of blue. The newest one is 2112. Is it different? I thought it was the same thing. I don't think they've changed it, have they? I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I don't know. It's the same thing. Come on, it's the same thing. It's the name's not any different. It looks the exact same. It's the same vacuum. Yeah, because I know us collectors like to get into the idiosyncrasies with the model numbers and everything. It's the same vacuum. It's not the older PowerForce Compact that's a redesigned Easy Vac. It's the same vacuum. It's the exact same one. The difference in the name text is not worth mentioning. At least I don't think. It's kind of like with the PowerForce bagless, how, the 10 amp one, how there were some versions that had the logo and some versions that didn't. It's the same thing. Maybe you can say like, oh, I prefer this version. Fine, but it's the same thing. Point taken, though. Point taken. I'm not getting angry. I'm just saying, come on. Like, come on. Really? That's not a that's not a, I don't think that's a important detail. I mean, I guess unless Alex cares about that, I don't know. Apparently my mom religiously refused to buy any vacuum over $150 despite one with an authentic sealed system, hopefully with a bag, being good for my asthma since it covers that. Well, if she refuses to get that, then ask her and see if she can't get an air purifier. Because if you get an air purifier, that could hopefully make up the difference. I'm shopping for an air purifier right now because I use so many garbage quality vacuums that have horrible filtration. And since I fix vacuums in my room, the room that I sleep in, there's always dust in the air. So and especially when I fix really nasty machines, the dust flies everywhere. So I've considered getting an air purifier so that way I can I don't have to worry as much about the dust because the air purifier will take care of that. And so I'm thinking about getting an air purifier for my room, like a little small single room air purifier. And I just know nothing about them, so I'm trying to shop for the right one. And I don't know anyone who's an expert on air purifiers, so I don't know what's the best one to get. I've become more and more involved with Bissell collecting than I thought I would. It's weird. I used to really dislike Bissell. Eh. Hey, Inteltech, what's the cheapest vacuum? Are you selling any vacuums? I mean, yeah, I've the out of that entire lot that you saw yesterday, and by the way, I posted that video right after I got it. So true, but my mom doesn't want to buy one of those because she thinks our house is too small. That's not how, no. You can buy air purifiers that are smaller and designed specifically for single rooms. And besides, if you buy an air purifier that's too big, what's going to happen? Oh no, the air's going to be too clean. The only advantage to the only disadvantage to buying a larger one is space and price. And if you don't care about that, then sure, buy a big ass air purifier for your tiny room. It'll make the air quality better. At least I don't see. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not an expert on air purifiers. If you put too big of an air purifier in a tiny room, is it going to start a fire or something? I don't know. I'm sorry. I was just saying that sometimes collectors like little details. No, yeah, I know. I know. I'm just saying, like, yeah. To be honest, I didn't even know there was a difference in the case of the compact. So you actually told me something I didn't even know, and I'll have to double check that because I swore that there was only. Then again, I guess you're right because I guess they did change the. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. And my stream's gonna crash and burn because of this, and it's never gonna recover. So excuse me. Let's see, Power Force Compact. So did they change it to where the text is horizontal? That's not it. That's the old model. Okay. Let's see a new one. Why is this not pulling up? Walmart, here we go. 45 bucks. No, this is the same one. It still has the text that goes vertically. It looks the same. Oh. Power Force Compact 2112, new version of 1520. What's the difference? New version of 1520. This one also has a black dusting brush. No, I think the picture's out of date because I think the new ones do have blue dusting brushes, don't they? So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so the picture's showing the older one. I don't know. Whatever. Titan Bissell Power Force Compact 1520. Whatever. Well, it's like a 1700 2191. Same machine but different cosmetic details. Yeah, but those are easy to tell because the 2191 has a giant window on the front. So you can easily tell, and you can tell from literally a mile away. Like, well, maybe not literally, but you can tell from 10 feet away that it's the newer version. Point is taken. I did not know there was a difference in the compacts. I thought all the new compacts were the same ones. I didn't know they changed. Why did they change the model number? For that tiny bit of a difference? It looks the same. Whatever. Yes, because I've gotten two 2112s brand new. You got two of them? Why two of them? Do you need that many? Fair enough. Hey, I did not know that. And I'm sure someone could also make the argument between the two versions of the Fury that, oh, it's the same thing, or between the Power Glide Platinum and the Power Track, oh, it's the same thing. So yeah, fair enough. Point taken. Hell, I got a vacuum that, did you ever get a Dyson Clear model in the US? I don't think so. No. Not in the same way that you guys got the DCO3. Why did you... No. Alex, no, you shouldn't have done that. He was fine. He never asked that question before. How do I untime out someone? I can't untime it. What? What the hell? Okay, I'll just make you a mod. There we go. I'll just make you a mod then. Okay. Yeah, no, Alex. He didn't ask the same question over and over again. That was a perfectly good question. It's okay. I made Tectoil YT a mod, so hopefully that should fix it. Or does he still have to wait for the timeout? What the hell? False alarm. Anyways, PV68 Man says I'm back. I almost got a 1520 in 2017, but got the Dirt Devil Power Express because the Bissell was out of stock, and I was so excited about getting my first brand new vacuum that I couldn't wait 2 more days. Why didn't you get the Back Power Force? Because that would have been like, what, $10 more, and it would have been so much better. Oh well, it's your money. I remember when they did that with the Power Force Bagless and Bagless Turbo, the model number stayed the same, so I don't know why they changed the model number over something that small. Fair enough. We have no idea to tell Bissell decides these things. Plus, they're eventually going to run out of model numbers. Like, they used to only have 4-digit model numbers. Now they have 5 digits. We're going to run out of numbers eventually. Where do they even come up with these numbers? Because it's not like there's the Bissell 1, the Bissell 2, the Bissell 3. It reminds me of Sony's model numbers on their controllers. Like how Sony's controllers are always just random numbers. Because I wanted a small one back then. Okay, that makes sense. You want a more compact one. And I have owned both. Now I've owned the Power Force Compact. I own several Easy Vacs over the years. And I did own the Power Express. Was I being annoying in the Discord? Sorry if I was. No, you're fine. Plasma29 says, howdy. Meowdy. He did multiple times. I mean, I have the final say, so don't argue with me. Yeah. Random selection, I guess. Oh, fair enough. They just pull numbers out of a hat. They just take a wheel, like Wheel of Fortune. They just put a bunch of random numbers and just... What are we going to name this next vacuum? Alright, it's a 2112. I wanted the 23T7, but it was obviously discontinued, and I didn't know that due to not being a collector or knowing anything about Bissell back then. Ah, I see. 23T7 is the last version of the old Power Force Compact, right? The one that's the rebranded second-gen EasyVac. That's came out alongside the first Helix. That Helix. I now have 3 aquariums. Okay. Yeet, I'm here, but heck, I have some chocolatey regrets. Dude, I could have told you that. I saw how many chocolate chips are on those damn pancakes, dude. I knew you were gonna be in for trouble, but I didn't want to stop you because I figured you were all happy and stuff. Sorry, I wasn't saying if your name was Christian. I was saying if you were a Christian in religion. No, not anymore. I'm agnostic. Most of my family members are, Christian on both sides of my family, which is fine. You should keep that Blue Shark vacuum or should sell it for $100. The motor's dead in it. I checked it. The brush roll motor spins, but the suction motor's completely gone. It sparks for a sec and then goes out. Like, the motor does not turn on. So the brush motor is the only thing that works on it. And it's weird because basically the Shark would be really good for like, I could keep the Shark and I could use it as a machine for like applying carpet powder. It would work very good for that. But then all that would just get stuck in the brush and it wouldn't, be ideal. But I could, if I wanted to use it for something, I could. And that sucks how that's broken because I really wanted a 0M Shark and I love the color on it. If that worked, I probably would have kept that Shark and sold the other 2 Sharks because I love the color and I've always wanted a 0M Shark that doesn't have the tangle brush roll. I wanted to try it. But this thing is a piece of garbage and it doesn't turn on. And I don't know what to do with it because they're not easy to repair. Parts are not available for Sharks. So I don't know what else I can do. Maybe I could call Shark and see what they can do. They're probably just going to tell me to F off and buy a new one, but whatever. You could scam Buddy just to be an asshole. No, I'm not that kind of person. I don't do that. If I sell it, I'll be like, hey, the brush motor works. And if someone... See, if I sell it as not working and someone buys it and bitches that it doesn't work, then I'm not an asshole because I advertised it correctly and they just didn't read the description. That's happened before. Where someone's like, this has a problem. And I'm like, yeah, it was in the description. And I don't even say it like that. I'm like, did you read the description? And I send them a screenshot of the description. And they usually get mad. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. You didn't read the description. You can't get mad at me. Again, if you did that on eBay, if you did that at Walmart, then yeah, you would be equally as in the wrong. Can't get parts for a Shark, so it's junk. Yeah. Also, to answer your question, I don't think we got any clear Dysons here at all. I don't think. I don't think we got any clear Dysons. Yeah, I don't think we got any. We should have, but we didn't get any. Dyson's always a dick to America as far as like fancy custom versions. It's funny how nearly 20 years later, Dyson still has DC07 parts and Bissell still has 8990 parts, yet Shark has 0 parts. Yeah. Sell the power head, lol. Well, I could do that. I could smash it, but I don't really want to because it's in good condition. I really want to fix it. I don't want to break an expensive vacuum like that. Especially because, again, the motor's not on. See, it's a catch-22 because if it's a broken vacuum, I don't want to smash it because the video wouldn't be entertaining at all. And if it's a good working vacuum, then I don't want to waste it. So it has to be like somewhere in the middle. Or it has to be so trashed that I was just going to throw it away anyway, like in the case of the orange Power Force Helix. Does Bissell sell parts like the brush rolls? Yes, they do. Plus, I have a bunch of brush rolls from Bissell's. So the first gen Helix that has a bad brush roll in it, actually, I have the brush roll from that orange Helix I'll pop in there, and that'll be good. Let's see. How's your blue Shark doing? Well, I just said it's pretty ass. The suction motor is completely borked on it, and the brush roll motor does work, so I can use it as a, well, not really anything. I can use it as something to grind powder into carpet. Carpet. I can't say carpet. What, Forever Spring? That's weird. The blue Shark is dead. It's basically what I just said. Yeah, it's pretty dead. And it sucks because it's in good condition. There's not even any dirt in the dust cup. I almost wonder if it was ever used or if someone just got it and, you know. Anyone who has been timed out here is Peruano. I don't know if that's supposed to be Spanish or not, but I read that as Spanish. I just realized, see, because I got a good vacuum, and it's still sitting in my car, but I don't want to go grab it because I don't want to leave the stream. You must pet the car. I have an old Shark motor. Yeah, but you live in the UK, so it wouldn't work for my American Shark. Have any of y'all heard of the YouTuber HPad? Do not subscribe to him. Why not? HPad's awesome. I was just talking to him the other day. He's in my server. He's a really cool dude. We were all posting pictures of our PC builds in my server. What's wrong with HPad? He seems like a cool dude. Out of all the smashing YouTubers I know, he's the one that's the nicest. Because so many of the other smashing YouTubers are just arrogant dicks. And HPad is super cool. Plus he's like, his channel like blew up overnight. I don't know how that happened. Well, probably because he makes good stuff, but yeah. His channel blew up overnight. He deserves it. He really does. I am restoring my Eureka hood that is very rusty. Good. That's one of the many reasons I love Bissell. They're extremely user-friendly and easy to work on. Yeah, exactly. The pet hair eraser is a little bit weird because with how fat the body is, trying to get the base off is a bit of a pain. But the rest of it's just standard Bissell. Super easy to service. And yeah, it's like, I don't know how, it's just ridiculous how so many people will just trash these machines, and it's like, it's a $50 machine. What the hell do you expect? What a surprise. A machine that costs $1,600 performs better than a machine that costs $54. Okay, and? Let's see. Give me a shout out, please. No. That's one of the reasons I won't. If you ask me to give you a shout out, I'm not gonna give you a shout out. If you're nice and you're a cool dude and I like your videos, I'm gonna give you a shout out. Everyone, go subscribe to Braden D, Tech2OYT, Your Tech Guy, Buster1849, the Vacuum Observationist. No, that's not how you say it. Vacuum Observatory. Especially go subscribe to that one. I used to smash stuff. Yeah, I know. What do you think about Plain Rock 124? Dude, that dude friggin' blew up. I don't know what happened. I used to watch him when he had like 200, 300 subscribers, when he was making videos on his DS. And I checked the dude's channel. He's at 1 million subs. And his like second and third channel is like is at like 800,000. I don't know what he did, but he freaking blew up. I don't know if like him appearing in that Jax Films video somehow catapulted him, but like it blows my mind. He just blew up in like 2 years. Well, not 2 years. He's been on, then again, jeez, he's been on the platform for like 4 or 5 years now. But he blew up, man. He just exploded. He's got like a good 1 million subscribers now, over 1 million. He's killing it, and I'm proud of the dude, man. I know so many people who talk crap on him for no reason. Like, he makes good videos. He really does. He seems like a cool dude. He started when he was in like middle school. Makes me kind of hopeful. I'm not Techman5150. I could have sworn I said yeah, so go subscribe to him as well. See, the thing is, because you and TechDoorYT have the same profile pictures, so I keep getting you confused. But to be honest, his content is kind of worse. I haven't watched him too much. He probably bought subs or something. I doubt that. I don't see any reason why he would have. I remember one, lol, I bet all the noob collectors are triggered over a Power Force Get Real Vacuums noob. That reminds me of the online gamer. Lag switching noob. You team killer. Headshot. And of course, various swear words that I can't say in this stream. I used to like his videos, but it got boring after a while. Yes. I love PrameLock124. His videos are amazing. Yeah. He didn't buy subscribers. I don't see any reason why he would. See, buying subscribers is just such a stupid thing that I seriously doubt it ever happens. Unless someone's ego is just that bad. Because, like, I don't buy subscribers. Like, the closest I've come to buying subscribers is making, like, 3 or 4 other channels and subscribing them to this one. And I don't really consider that buying because they're all your own account. And I didn't make 20 of them. Even if I made 20 YouTube accounts and subscribe them all to mine. Big deal, right? Can you give me a shout out? Yes. Can you give me a, yeah. If you buy subs, YouTube gets angry. I don't know. I don't think they care. Have you ever owned a sanitary vacuum? I have not. I've been on YouTube for nearly 7 years. I never put up a profile picture. Lol. Yeah. So I don't really know him that well, so that was just an estimated guess. Nothing bad against him. No, I figured. There's no tells about anyone to see. I started last year not trying to get 100, but I was small aviation terms, and now I have near 300. I have no idea what that means, but I'm happy for you either way. I might have to get a refund from Amazon because it's possible that my access points got lost in the mail. But once I get a hold... What is up with you having so many issues with buying crap? Then again, I had the broken Xbox too, so I think we're all hurting right now. And configure them, I'll start making videos and streaming. I'll help you set it up, because I learned how to do all this crap, so... But I'm sure you can figure it out, but just for fun, I'll help you set it up. Okay, this kind of sounds disgusting. What? Buying subscribers is just as useless as to use. Point taken either way. Guys have a sanitaire. Cool. If you ever have one Bissell, then that guy I was talking about will bully you nonstop and try to convert your religion to Kirby. Well, vacuums aren't a religion, nor should they be. How can you buy subscribers anyway? There's like some bots that you can get, I think. Obviously, I never bought them, so I don't know. But I think you can buy like bots or something that'll like mass subscribe to you. And I'm pretty sure it's like a tier basis. Like you pay a certain amount of money to get a certain amount of subscribers. Yeah, sub bots. Or poking a hole in the condom. You can use the condom for comedic purposes. Yeah. Does anyone remember that thing when people were putting condoms on their heads and like filling it with water? Gosh, people are stupid. I don't understand why you'd use a condom specifically because wouldn't a normal. Well, then again, I guess because normal balloons would stretch. Well, then again, I guess you can't see through normal balloons easily. It doesn't matter. I'm at 741 subs. You'll get to 1,000 pretty soon. Everyone, go subscribe to your tech guy. Get him to 1,000 subs. Close to 1K. Yes. I have a problem with Dell. Their customer service is junk. I've never had to deal with Dell's customer service, but I like their computers. They're so much better than HP. The way I see it is, if a brand does so well that you don't have to call into customer service in the first place, that's how you know it's a good brand. Because if you have the luxury of not knowing what their customer service is like, that means they're doing something right. Sub for sub, I used to do it, but it's BS at the end. I'm pretty sure you did with me. I'm pretty sure you're like, hey, subs to me, a sub to you. Yeah, the condom challenge. That was so stupid. Not people eating soap. Stupid, but it was stupid. Does anyone find it funny that the same people, like back when that whole Tide Pod thing was going on, does anyone find it funny the same people that were getting mad at people for eating those were the same people who were parents and they would wash their kids' mouth out with soap? Granted, I know it's not the same thing. I know that soap and actual laundry detergent is not the same thing. But still, I think it's kind of ironic. Angry Grandpa did the condom challenge. Man, I miss Angry Grandpa. I miss him to death. I honestly stopped watching Kid Behind the Camera after that happened. I have an HP mouse still. Well, a mouse is one thing, but a computer. Mice never break. Well, then again, I actually do have an HP mouse that's broken. Now that I think about it, it's a wireless mouse, but I lost the receiver to it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And it's, you can buy this mouse for $20, so there's not really any point. I bought this Logitech mouse for like $20. Hate HP, go watch my Compaq laptop smash. Compaq was a good brand. Now it's under HP. Honestly, my experience, the Compaq HPs are even better than normal HPs. I love old Dells, to be honest. Yeah, I do too. Of course, that Dell behind me is a Dell. That sentence is weird. That Dell behind me is a Dell. Yeah, I would hope so. But maybe it's just nostalgia. I've only had soap in my mouth once. I can't remember what I even said to get that. I never had soap in my mouth. But then again, I didn't curse very often. Even today, like I'm trying to get out of the habit of cursing. Because I'm trying to just not curse. There was a brief time when I would kind of curse casually, but it was never something like really bad. It was just like, oh, damn it, or something like that. But I left your server on accident. Oh, don't do that. Here, I'll add another invite link. How do you accidentally leave someone's server? Whatever. Kid Behind a Camera channel just became filled with clickbait garbage. Sucks though. AGP was my favorite YouTuber. Yeah. I also like my Juggernuggets back when he did the Psycho series. My Windows XP is a Compaq. Soap is gross. Well, I would hope so. Where's my candy? Angry Grandpa flips stove over. I remember the video where Pickle Boy bought him a brand new S7 Edge, and he smashed it with a hammer and the battery lit on fire and blew smoke throughout the whole house. That was a classic. But it's good for hands. Because my first PC and Android device, a tablet that still have and works 100 were Dells. Yeah. I smashed an HP Compaq from like 2008. My mom threatened to put soap in my mouth when I was younger. Yeah, I don't think neither of my parents even threatened it. I swear like a sailor from time to time. I don't think I've ever even heard you curse. I don't think I've ever heard you curse, or at the very least, if you did, I don't remember. XT. Okay, I'm gonna put that Discord server in this Discord invite link in the chat. Invite members. I am tired letting pain push me around. I'm getting up, you're going down. I have a working compact Presario 1622. Wow. Every time I open up YouTube, my stream always pops up, so it's super convenient for me. So now I can just post it right in the chat as soon as it stops being stupid and loads. There's a Discord link. Have you ever seen the video where it's his son, where his son leaked his phone number? Sounds familiar. I used to have an HP netbook back in like 2012, 2014. It was my mom's or whatever. It was a piece of garbage. I had a 2005 iMac for 13 years before it broke. Did you get Amstrad in the US? I have an Amstrad from 1978. I don't think we ever got that. We had... Hi, you look cool. Thank you. Or you lock cool. Thank you. As far as brands that we had... Making a video on stream my channel. Well, there's a lot of people. Oh, there's 18 viewers. Wow. I don't have it anymore. You can go into detail for reasons, but let's just say it's on Dominican Republic and never gonna own it. Probably. What? It's in the Dominican Republic? So, anyways. What was I talking about? As far as brands that we got here, we got Gateway, E-Machines, Dell, HP, Packard Bell. That was an old brand. Packard Bell. IBM, of course. Lenovo, Acer. MSI, Asus. And whatever. Bunch of brands. We've had a bunch of brands in the US over the years. I don't know why I started naming all the computer brands. Whatever. I want to get some more old IBM ThinkPads because dang, I love those so much. I'm just sad that my T500 has a dead spot on the screen, which makes me sad. But also, maybe I'm probably gonna put the SSD from my ThinkPad in that Dell up there. Have you ever watched Angry Grandpa Smokes Catnip? I'm pretty sure I have. Let's see. Have you? It scares me. Yeah, it was a typical small 11-inch HP glossy black HP with a beautiful Intel Atom, Windows 7, and low RAM. It's for reasons I can't get detailed about HP. Ew, lol. What are you guys' thoughts on vanilla? I love vanilla. I'm selling my IBM ThinkPad. I'd love to get it. What kind of ThinkPad is it? Well, then again, you're in the UK, right? So I'll probably have to get a new power adapter for it. Well, then again, yeah. I could just get a new power adapter and it'd be fine, right? Right? I've never had a foreign laptop. I could probably use it just fine, right? I still need to put a 1 terabyte hard drive from my decommissioned test server into my computer for more space on games. You said that like 3 times, man. Just do it. Get it done. I'll come over and help you if you need it. If you need a hand with it. I got nothing better to do during this damn quarantine. I love vanillas. An IBM X30. Oh, whoa. Coke? Yes. Vanilla Coke. I prefer vanilla Pepsi, but we never get vanilla Pepsi. We get it like once every 6 years, whereas vanilla Coke's always there. I love Coke. Yeah, Coke is good. I prefer Pepsi. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes I prefer Pepsi. Sometimes I prefer Coke. Just depends on the day. I love vanilla as a flavor, but I never had vanilla cocaine. You should try it. It needs a hard drive. Isn't just a normal IDE or SATA hard drive? Well, it's IBM, so it's probably IDE or PATA. But I got some old PATA hard drives. That shouldn't be a big deal. Do I have any laptop style? Well, I can get one. I love the cherry flavor. Have you tried the orange? What is it? Cherry orange? Cherry vanilla? No. Pepsi had a cherry vanilla. Coke had orange vanilla. Right. Those were good. I love all the flavors. I don't even like the normal ones as much anymore. I just like the sodas that have flavors. Because the normal ones are just kind of, yeah. The frame rate goes like crazy. Are you talking about the stream? Hopefully not. Can you fix the Bissell Clean 8975? I don't have it anymore. I do not have that CleanView anymore. So quit asking. I do not own the CleanView 8975 anymore. I cannot fix it. I don't own it anymore. I sold it. Wait, I did. RIP, my bad. I was responding to you when you said you were going to put the SSD into your desktop, but I need to when it's shut down. It's currently downloading Destiny 2, which is 80 gigs. Okay. F for Caden Staniford, yeah. He keeps making new accounts. What the F is IBM? IBM is a computer company. They eventually sold their computer business to Lenovo. Hence why you had IBM ThinkPads and now you have Lenovo ThinkPads. So they sold their computer business off to Lenovo in 2006, 7-ish. And now they mostly... Who's texting me? Oh, Cameron's texting me. Air compressor dry ready to go. Next person who turns this on will be you. Oh, yay. Here's that Power Track Revolution that I'm going to be getting soon. This will friggin' focus on it. Whatever. So I'm getting that from Cameron. He sent me the picture of all the plastic drying. Wonderful. There wasn't anything sensitive in that photo, was there? Nope. Lit. I don't usually say lit, but I'll say it right now. Lit. What's the most valued vacuum, such as the oldest and rarest in your collection? Well, the one that I value the most is obviously the Fury and the Platinum, because those are my two favorites. And as far as the most valuable, I mean, yeah, the Fury. The Fury and the Destiny Plus, all the Phantoms. The Phantoms are worth the most because they're worth about the same as the Dysons, but they're a lot harder to find than the Dysons, so they're more collectible. So yeah, the Phantoms are worth the most. And they're also my favorites. I want to get more Phantoms. I really want more Phantoms, but I don't have the friggin' room. I can't wait till I can get my own place because then I'll actually have enough room to put all my vacuums, and I won't have to worry about trying to jam all my vacuums into a closet, which is not going to work. So I'd like to ideally at some point, which I will eventually, of course, it's just I don't even have a regular job at the moment, so one thing at a time. But I cannot wait until the day that I can get my own place where I have my own room that I can just put all my vacuums in and I don't have to worry about stepping over them or anything. So I know like another friend of mine, she was talking about like a place where it's only like $550 and it's like 3 bedrooms. It's, you know, 3-bedroom apartment, and I'm like, hell yeah. So I mean, man, if I get a full-time job and get the YouTube money figured out and still sell stuff, I could work that out. I still want to go to college though first, but right now that's obviously put on hold because this stupid virus thing's going to last well into the fall. So that's not going to happen. Let's see. I think aliens exist because there's like 100,000 other planets in our universe. Oh, there's no doubt aliens definitely exist. At least some other form of life, because bacteria exists on many other planets within our solar system. So the idea... I was talking with my uncle about this a while ago, And like there's obviously some, even if it's something that's beyond our comprehension, there is something else out there that by our definition would be considered intelligent life that we have yet to discover because it's millions of light years away. And this is just, to me, it's just kind of like basic knowledge. And I know some people will say, oh, but if some people who are creationists, they'll think, oh, but no, because God created all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but you don't think God couldn't have made cool shit for us to find? That's what I think. Don't mean to get into the topic of religion, but that's what I think. I think that those two things can be interwoven, and plenty of people I know who believe in aliens are still religious. So I think that can still go hand in hand. You don't think that if God made the whole universe and everything, that He wouldn't create a bunch of cool shit for us to discover in 1,000 years? Sounds makes sense to me. My psychologist said the virus will last about 2 years. Ugh. Wouldn't surprise me, unfortunately. I hope it's not 2 years. I think it's going to be about a year. Because I think that it's gonna go down in the summertime, and it's going to come back in the fall. And it's going to affect a lot of stuff. And of course, we know what happens this fall. That's the election. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects the electorate. But yeah. If 2020 is going to be like this, it might be the most boring year ever in humanity. Yeah, it'll be both the most boring and the most frustrating at the same time. I think we are a failed experiment from aliens, so they put us on Earth. That's interesting. Today is my dad's birthday. Oh, happy birthday. That's true. Coronavirus will still be here if there's a vaccine. That's true. I mean, but before we have it contained and before coronavirus is gone are two completely separate things. Because this is not going to be gone for a few years. We may have it contained within a year and, we'll have enough people have the antidote and enough people who have been able to recover to develop some sort of vaccine, potentially, hopefully. And by then we'll have it mostly controlled within like a year and change. That's about the best that we can hope for at this point. We've had almost 2,000 deaths from it in my state alone, which is scary. And I still go out and about, but I wear the mask whenever I can because I don't care about getting it personally. I just care about spreading it to other people, and the mask helps me from spreading it to other people. So if I still go out, but I just wear the mask, at least when I'm in public. So, because that's my biggest worry is just spreading it. Because I see so many people, they're like, oh, it's nothing, it's all a hoax, it's all bullshit. And meanwhile, they're ruining it for everyone else because that 20% of people is spreading it to people and killing people because of it, and people are dying because of it, and people are just selfishly saying, well, I want the economy to open back up, as if that's going to happen with this still going on, even if you did lift the ban on it. Because I know Georgia, they just lifted the ban, not ban, but they lifted they opened everything back up, but nobody's going anywhere because of this. So it's like the economy is going to go to a halt no matter what, so we at least do it to where people are safe. And plus, if more people are dying because of this, that's still going to fuck up the economy. So there's a reason why the economy is basically shut down. There's a reason why social distancing was put in place. There's reasons for all this stuff. And it just aggravates me so much when I see there are people dying because of this. Like friends and family who are dying because of this. Like I have friends where their family members died because of this. Then there are people saying it's bullshit. Fuck off. I miss school, to be honest. Yeah. And Teltech, do you want to be a dad? It's an interesting question. I want my kids to walk on 4 legs and be fluffy. I want a fox. I want a husky. I want a golden retriever. I want a raccoon. I'm not going to be able to have all of those, but there's a few things that I want. And I want a cat. Just a normal cat. Maybe not all at the same time, because that'd be way too much to deal with, but I'd be good with any of those. I don't really want kids. Not at this point. I really don't. I've never wanted kids. For a long time, I've been against kids. And if I do want kids, I'm going to adopt. Which, granted, I can't have biological kids anyways. But if I was going to get kids, I would adopt. Donald Trump told people to inject themselves with Clorox to cure themselves of COVID. I actually saw that clip. He didn't exactly say that. The problem, I watched that clip where people are saying that he said to inject people with disinfectant. While it did come off as him saying that, first off, he didn't say that exact quote, but it does come off as him saying that you know, when you listen to it, it sounds like that he's trying to say that. I don't think that's what he's trying to say. Trump's not that stupid. I really don't think so. I think he was trying to say that let's find a version of this that is safe for us to take intravenously as a cure of this. That's what I think he's saying. And I do think, however, that he could have worded it better. If I was, the way I see it is, I deal with it as if I was the president. If I was the president and I said that, I would immediately clarify, no, what I specifically meant a safe version that is good for us to take intravenously according to the experts. I would have immediately followed up with that the moment that this whole thing started blowing up. And I think because Trump didn't do that, and because there are reports saying that he was being sarcastic about it, I think that doesn't help his case. Now, the thing that's interesting is that people are saying, well, I say interesting, it's not interesting. I still see videos from people, and I still see posts and blog posts where people are saying, this is the end of his presidency. And I'm like, dude, every single time Trump breathes in the wrong direction, people say it's the end of his presidency. People know, I mean, again, this was the guy that said, we need to take out their families, saying that we need to murder families of terrorists. This was the guy who made comments about sexually assaulting women. He still was elected. So don't think that him making a comment about, even if it was true, even if he said stick a needle in your arm and jam some bleach into it, even if he said that exactly the way that I just said, it still would not hurt his chances in the polls, or in the actual election, because everyone already knows Trump. Everyone voted for him anyways, because people don't give a shit about that stuff anymore. People don't care about someone making gaffes. Again, who is the presumptive nominee? The king of gaffes, Joe Biden. The dude has freaking dementia, and yet he still is on the road to be the Democratic nominee. He's not the nominee yet. He still has not secured the correct number of delegates to officially be the nominee. But because no one else is running against him at this point, because Bernie and Tulsi dropped out, he is the presumptive nominee. So as a result, we got two guys with dementia who are accused of sexual assault, neither of which have the progressive credentials that's required to get through a pandemic like this. And these are the two people that we put up in November. And I've seen Green Party candidates get their Twitter accounts suspended for stupid reasons, for no reason at all. It's 2016 all over again. Anyways, I'm gonna read some of these comments because I went on a rant right there. Let's see. Wow. Everything is boring. When I first heard about this video, I thought my friends was joking at first. Trump is the worst person on earth and more dangerous than the virus. I disagree. I don't like Trump as a person. As a person, I think he's terrible. But as a president, he hasn't really governed all that differently than, your average Republican. He really hasn't. He's not that much different than, Mike Pence, for example. And Mike Pence is just Trump without the mean tweets. Because all the people who get mad at Trump, not mean normal people, I mean people in the media, a lot of times you get mad at Trump, they're just mad at him because of the mean tweets. And if Trump didn't do the mean tweets, like, they like his policies because he's governing like any normal Republican. And that's why I know there's a lot of conservatives that I know where they did not like Trump. You know, they wanted to back someone like Jeb Bush or something like that, or Ted Cruz. And now that Trump's in office, they're like, well, he's governing like, you know, traditional conservative. He's governing kind of like Bush, kind of like Reagan. So yeah, I'm going to support him in his second run. I can deal with the mean tweets. It means that I think the economy's doing better. And yeah, that's why people are voting for him. So we're going to see more people vote for Trump this time around. We'll probably see more people vote for Biden as well, because turnout for Biden has been really good in the primaries. We're going to see a lot more participation in this election than 2016, but the difference is not going to be enough to swing the election either direction, I don't think. It's a 50-50 toss-up at this point. And I don't think that anything that Biden or Trump says is going to affect either of their chances. Because we're just not in that era anymore. We're not in the Howard Dean era where making a weird scream tanks your campaign. You know, that Howard, you know, we are in the post-Howard Dean era, as I like to say. And that stuff doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. So it's still a toss-up. Either of them could win. And I've had people say, hey, we should bet on it. I was willing to bet when it was Bernie, but with Biden, it's a 50-50 proposition. Either of them could win. And there's very solid ground for either of them winning. And not saying that either of them would deserve to win, but saying that strategically there is a possibility that either of them could win by a decent margin in this election. So it's you know, tide goes in, tide goes out. It really just depends. And it'll be interesting to see how the electorate actually changes on election day, which obviously is sometime in November. And I think that you can make cases with either of them why it is that they would win. And both those are sound cases. You know, again, whether you prefer either one of them or hate both of them or love both of them, it doesn't matter. You know, you can make that case. And they'd be equally as correct, in my opinion. Let's see, it feels like Saturday over again. My dad loves Donald Trump. I'm planning on going to Japan first before I have a family. I'm taking my horse mask with me, but when I do it with the mask on, I'm going to say, and then something in Japanese. Donald Trump, he is as bad as... I have no idea who David Cameron is. I don't have a horse. My dad hated Obama. I have a horse mask, though. I agree, Tecto YT, he's stupid and ignorant. Hopefully he's gone. Trump is full of shit. A lot of people seem to have strong opinions in the comments section. Is this going to be political? I didn't mean for it to be, but yeah, it turned out that way. I mean, that's one thing I will say is, like, people have got mad at me in the past for covering politics, but it's like, look, life is inherently political. Politics is life. There's no, like, it always makes me kind of, I know I've heard some people say it's like, some people have the luxury of not having to be involved in politics, and I think that's very accurate, because there are some people where it affects them. So to say that, like, oh, I don't want to talk about politics, is like, well, that's great that you have the luxury of not having to care about it. And I'm not saying that I'm, you know, not at that luxury. I'm just saying that, you know, that's, some people are like that. And it's an issue that affects everyone. I just wish that people could be more civil when talking about politics and not getting so upset on either side or anywhere in between. People just get so upset and they just can't figure out how to actually discuss intellectual policies like adults. And it's very annoying, because I enjoy talking politics, especially with people that disagree with me, because in my opinion, that's a lot more enlightening than talking with someone where you agree on everything. Hey, I like this. Yeah. Hey, I like this. Yeah. I don't think that's as rewarding. Sonic Unleashed for best Xbox 360 game. I don't think I've played that. I think I still have it in the plastic. Fuck these emojis. Yes. Have you been good lately? I have. I saw Sonic Unleashed at Walmart for $9.99. Sonic Unleashed is a masterpiece. I don't think I played it. Do not use vacuum bag masks. Yeah, of course. My dad used to be a Democrat but became a Republican over fishing laws. Interesting. Have you ever heard of Nipsey Hussle? He wrote a song called F. Donald Trump. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people don't like Donald Trump. I know that both Green Day and Shinedown wrote songs that were dedicated to George W. Bush. because they didn't like what he was doing with the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Let's see. Well, I heard some things that may or not be true. And that's another problem with politics, that you can never tell what the hell's accurate and what's not, because everyone says anything they want to nowadays. And you can't verify shit. And even if you can verify it, people will still argue with it. Like, you can't agree on anything anymore. You can't agree on, like, a baseline. And it's very frustrating. Now, I have no problem, you know, discussing stuff like that, but so many other people just get so upset. And it's just really annoying. Don't do like Sonic the new ones, out of the old ones, though. I still have this Power Force 3522 with a blue and yellow sticker in a house. Blue and yellow sticker. I know the first 3522 has a yellow sticker, I think. Have you played Grand Theft Auto Vice City? Yes, it's a fantastic game. Why Facebook and YouTube converts my beautiful face expressions like that to terrible emojis. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like emojis. I prefer just the normal emoticons. I have the Power Force bagged. I do too. Do you own any Sonic games? I do own some Sonic games. On physical media, yes. I don't like Coke because I choke on it. I think I have a copy of Sonic Unleashed that I haven't even taken out of the plastic yet. Let me double check. Yeah, I was right. Literally, when Bappo and I went and saw the new Sonic movie, I went to Walmart and I bought 2 Sonic games. I got Sonic Unleashed for the 360, and I got Sonic Mania for the Switch, and I haven't taken either of them out of the plastic. Well, in my defense, I'm not gonna take it out of the plastic if I haven't played it yet. I'm not gonna take it out of the plastic until I want to play it. Because otherwise you're just decreasing the value for nothing. And obviously these are new, so I don't have to test them, you know, or anything. So I'm not worried about it being in the seal, or you know, the receipt not working anymore. But yeah, and then I still have a copy of Sonic 2 on Genesis, but I don't own a Genesis right now. I want to get a Super Retro Trio Plus and do a review on that. So Retrobit, if you're watching this, send me one, because I want to review it, and I don't have a Genesis right now. So, LMAO. I have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Messenger, and TikTok. Ew, TikTok. Wait, who's Psycho Grandpa? I have Sonic Mania Plus on Xbox One. Nice. I just have the normal Sonic Mania on Switch, and I only have 2 Switch games right now. And the other one's Eevee, and I've been playing the frick out of Eevee recently, because I just finally started playing Eevee. Bappa bought that for me like 3 months ago, and I just started playing it, and I love it so much. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and I want to get Animal Crossing, but I don't have enough money to get it, and I want to get it, and it's out of stock everywhere, and I don't want digital. I want physical copies. I don't like digital games, so I want to get a physical copy of Animal Crossing, New Leaf or New Worlds or whatever the new one's called on Switch. My LG G Flex 2 was smashed when I got it. I complained to the Royal Mail, and I got my money back from shipping. Oh, that's good. But yeah, so these are still in the plastic. ASMR. This one's a lot looser for the seal. You have 2 of the absolute best Sonic games. Have you seen the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy? I don't know what that is. I have some Spider-Man games on PS2. Congratulations. They have a child named Mia Nicole Green. I don't know what that is. Also, both these are like kids games. This one's rated everyone, and this was rated E10+. This is probably the only games I have that are rated everyone. Because all my other games are like Call of Duty, GTA, Gears of War, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, physical is much better than digital. See, at least with the Switch I'd understand it, but the problem is that number one, I still prefer physical, and I don't travel with my Switch very often, so I have no reason to worry about bringing games with me. And also, 32 gigabytes on the Switch. And I'm not going to buy a $500 SD card to stick it in my $200 game console. I'm just not. So I don't want to store a bunch of crap on the system. So I want to get the original cartridges in the original box. The only thing I don't like is, see, while I like that it's a nice small case, that also means that it doesn't fit very well on a normal DVD shelf. But at the same time, I would still rather be smaller because I like physical, but I like how these are nice and compact and they don't take up as much space, so I can fit more games in the same area. I like that. I also own Sonic Generations. I've heard that's a good one. I've also heard that Sonic Colors is a really good one. A new Firefox update is available. Nah. I will likely need to run to Walmart after I get my refund from Amazon for those accounts. Pick up different access points. Want me to search for physical copy of Animal Crossing? Yes, let me know if they have it. Dang, I was just in Walmart, but I didn't think to check. But if it's no trouble, let me know if they have a copy so I can go get it later on. Or I probably... Oh, then I'm going to have to get by it immediately. Hopefully I'll make a sale and I'll be able to pick up that physical copy of it. And, but yeah. I always prefer physical over digital because you never know when a platform may shut down and then take your content due to the special technology they have. That's very accurate. Remember when the Xbox One first was revealed and they had that DRM bullcrap where they said you couldn't trade in any used games? You could only play at a friend's house for up to an hour before you had to re-register your game. Your console could only be offline for a day and then it would shut off. You had to have the Kinect. There was no power button, crap like that. And people just ripped them a new one. Because again, if you're buying, at the time, a $500 console, and you're telling me that every physical game I have is going to be worthless in 15 years when you shut down the Xbox One, yeah, nobody liked that. And to this day, it's not any different. Now, granted, thankfully the Xbox One X, or Series X, well, both, still has a disk drive. So you can still use discs on Xbox One. Now, I still don't have my Xbox One back. But I hopefully will be getting that back. Remember, my Xbox got stolen in October. And I still haven't gotten my Xbox One back. So I still can't play Sunset Overdrive. And by the time I get it, I will have lost a crap ton of money on it because whenever I got it, they were worth like $260. Now an Xbox One S 1 terabyte's worth like $100. So I'll probably just have to keep it because if I sell it, I'm gonna lose money on it. So I'll just have to keep it. Motorless. Laundry detergent. I took the motor from my 1701R. Sonic Forces mediocre. Don't bother on that one. Okay. Even if it's a crappy game, I still like it. I like playing crappy games. I almost bought Sonic 06, but somehow this was cheaper than Sonic 06. I don't know how. Needless to say, I made the right choice. Because I like crappy games, but I don't like paying more for crappy games. If it's a cheap game, I'll buy it if it sucks, because I like playing crappy games. But I'm not going to pay more than the good game to get a crappy game. Is this disc not in here, right? My brother's Xbox is broke. Oh, okay. If you get a cat, give it some catnip. Well, of course. What's a 1701R? 1701R is the refurbished Power Force Helix Turbo first gen. Or second gen. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't drink laundry detergent. What? Buying an Xbox One X makes no sense anymore. Yeah. If you want to buy an Xbox One X, wait until 6 months after the Series X is released. Then buy an Xbox One X, because then the Xbox One X will actually go down in price. Because from what I'm hearing, Microsoft is still going to sell the One X alongside the Series X. Now, I don't know if they're going to keep selling the S. My guess is they're going to discontinue the S and then sell the One X and the Series X. Maybe they'll keep all three. Maybe they'll keep the S and the X for a while and then just sell the Series X. But I believe that I think that they are going to keep both Xbox One S and X models. And I think that the S and the X are going to go down. Whenever they get discontinued, they're going to get discontinued at the same time. Well, maybe not. I don't know. This generation is so confusing that it's really hard to make predictions on this crap anymore. Catnip is marijuana for cats. Well, yeah, exactly. It's boring. Unleashed had terrible reviews back in the day for some reason. It did? The difference is night and day. Go faster than ever before with new high-speed maneuvers. Transform after dark with powerful combat skills. Race around the world and explore challenging locations. It's rated E10 plus for animated blood and fantasy violence. Well, I'm double this, so I should be good. 06 is trash, but fun trash. See, that's what I'm saying. I love playing crappy games. See, like, come on. Would you rather play Need for Speed Carbon or Big Rigs Over the Road Racing? Well, actually, you'd probably rather play Need for Speed, but the point still stands. Bad games that are funny bad are fun to play. But still, Unleashed phenomenal. Play it when you can. My brother stole my Xbox One when I found out I made him pay for it. Yeah. The same dude who stole my Xbox, he like made a Facebook post bitching saying that like, oh, imagine giving someone an Xbox and then turning around and saying they stole it. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I just cussed again. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? You know that's not true. If that was true, then whenever I said, hey, my Xbox is missing, do you know who took it? You wouldn't have said that your brother took it, right? If I gave it to you and I said, hey, do you know where my Xbox is? You wouldn't lie to me and say that your brother stole it when I supposedly gave it to you. Fucking dumbass. And hey, 06 is solid OST. Yeah, I don't know what that means. OST. OST stands for Otter Sausage Tits. I don't know. That sounded really dirty. It stands for Obsolete Slinky Tarantula. You like to drink laundry detergent? Obviously, he's joking. The complete trilogy for 360. They sell Meowana and PetSmart. I only like Nintendo consoles. Yeah, I got the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo, the Wii. Where's my Wii? Oh, it's over there. And the Switch. I'm thinking about reorganizing my room and putting my bed on the other side and then putting the vacuums and shelves on this side. What do you guys think? I'm probably going to leave all this the same. I'm probably going to leave the desk here and leave the entertainment center here. But at the same time, then I can't lay in bed and play Xbox. I don't know. I can't make up my mind on anything. OST equals soundtrack genius. How does OST stand for soundtrack? Oh, original soundtrack. Okay. Of course. I currently own the DSi. Yeah, original soundtrack. There we go. What did I say? Let's see. I currently own the DSi and 3DS. We have 15 concurrent viewers. Wow. And I'm drinking soda again. What is wrong with me? My throat hurts again. It's a definition of insanity. I'm doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different. I'm not expecting different results. I just don't care. I got a new VCR DVD combo player that I'm really happy about. I need to hook it up though, because my current VCR doesn't have a remote. I have an iMac Gmore Cube. I like it. Gmore G4 Cube. That's the predecessor to the trash can. Sonic Unleashed had terrible reviews only because of the Werehog. Werehog. Oh, which is actually a really solid style of gameplay, but not fitting for Sonic. So it is delicious. It's really not. It's bad for you. My original Xbox is broken. Unleashed came out after 06. So when did this come out? Let's see. 2008. Okay, yeah. So 2 years after 2008. Nobody ever talks about this. Everyone talks about... See, that's kind of thing. It almost makes more sense as a game publisher to be known as a bad game. Because here's the thing. If Sonic 06 or Big Rigs or E.T. or Ride to Hell Retribution or Duke Nukem Forever, if any of those games were just Meh. Would they have been remembered? No. But because they were garbage, supposedly, garbage, they got more publicity and more people played the games. It's more profitable nowadays to make a crappy game. You either have to make a really shitty game or a really amazing game. There's no in between. If your game is mediocre, you're screwed. If your game is okay, you're screwed. With how expensive games are nowadays to make, ugh. Secret Rings got better reviews than Unleashed. Do you like Super Mario games? Yes. But I also like to drink. Okay, Pierce is just being stupid. Obviously, Pierce is just being silly. Unleashed used to be hated. Back to the Future was for Atari 2600 1985-1990. The belt of my 1739 is going out. We'll replace it. I want the iPhone prototype. They are amazing. You can find videos on the YouTube of them. And I love Unleashed. Loved it, love it, and will. Forces is mediocre. What about Colors? So that's why no one talks about Forces. I've heard that Colors is pretty underrated. I believe Colors was on 360, wasn't it? Sonic and the Secret Rings. Oh boy. My mom just let me buy Abyssal Power Force bagged at Walmart. Cool. That game. Reset. Just. The controls on that game are beyond terrible. Colors is a Wii DS exclusive. Aww. FIFA 45302-R. Now you're just naming model numbers. I have Xbox 360S with a jammed disk drive. If I can afford a truck, I'd get a diesel. I don't have a 360. Well, I do have a 360S. I have the Halo edition, and then I have an Xbox 360E. That's the Call of Duty edition, and then I have an original Xbox 360. That's the Halo edition. And I have an Elite and an original with blades, and my current 360 is an arcade model with a 500 gig hard drive on it. You should try to fix it. Secret Rings has amazing soundtrack and good graphics. One time I accidentally swallowed my... What? I'm just not going to read your comments anymore. Because they hurt my head. Posting a nasty Xbox 360. So many people. My DSi and 3DS are both blue. Blue's a good color. I will cross over the space below. Will you be there when I go? My Wii needs a disk drive. It's broken and won't eject. My Wii, granted, I hardly use it. Hardly ever used it. I've had my Wii since launch. Maybe not launch. Maybe Christmas 2006. But still, basically launch. It still works. Everything works on it. Never had an issue with it. The Wii is easily the most durable system of the 7th generation. Hands down. I mean, do you even know anyone with an original 360 or PS3 that's still working? Probably not. I never have owned a Wii, lol. Yeah. You should get one. They're dirt cheap now. But if you do get a backwards compatible one, so you get a GameCube as well. You can get a Wii for the same price as a GameCube. And if you get a Wii with GameCube in it, you get 2 consoles for the price of one. Because if you buy a Wii, it's $60. If you buy a GameCube, it's $60. If you buy a Wii with GameCube in it, it's $60. Choice is clear. Unless you honestly don't care about GameCube, then if that's the case, then don't buy one that doesn't have GameCube. Because, if you're not going to use it, don't use it. Favorite colors are black and white. So, zebra. I homebrewed my Wii and my Wii U. I have 128 gigabyte USB. I played Wii's before. My Japanese Wii is the only one that works. Never owned that before. I don't own any foreign consoles right now. They're all American as far as I'm aware, at least. People think joking around is trolling. Not really. Trolling is just being obnoxious and stupid. Joking is like, haha, whatever. Trolling is just immaturity, in my opinion. If you're just trying to piss someone off for no reason, then you're just immature. Why do you want a Retron 3 and not the consoles itself? I never said I wanted a Retron 3. I used to have a Retron 3. I already have a Super Nintendo and an NES. I don't have a Genesis right now. But yeah, I still prefer playing on the original systems. But I'd like to see, because the Super Retro Trio Plus has HDMI. I want to see how good that looks. Yeah, so it's not the original hardware, but if the video quality looks better, then I consider it. I don't see any point in buying a clone system, even a multi-system, a clone system that still has RCA, because just play the old systems and upscale it. But if it has HDMI, that's a different story, because now you're offering something that the original hardware doesn't offer without modding and crap. What app are you using to sell the Bissell Momentum? The Pet Hair Racer, I sell everything on Facebook Marketplace. But now I'm thinking about probably selling it on other stuff too, though. GameCube is a Game Boy player. That's the only benefit of GameCube over Wii. I purchased Lego Star Wars for my Wii. I have an NES Classic Edition. Smiley face. Smiley face, smiley face. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Smiley face, smiley face. HDMI on repro console versus RGB on modded consoles can be a real good comparison. It would be a real good comparison, but I cannot afford any of that. Plus, I don't want to mod my consoles. I probably want to buy a second one and then mod it. To have more than one. To have an original one and a modded one. Do you have Mario? Yes, of course. I have Mario World. I have Mario All-Stars. I have Mario 1. So on NES, I have Mario 1 and Mario 3. And I also have Yoshi. And then on Super Nintendo, I have Mario World and Mario All-Stars. I don't have Mario Kart. RGB on old consoles is a beautiful thing. It makes wonders. I know. But the only console I have currently that benefits from RGB is Super Nintendo. Because Nintendo is only composite. Dreamcast is VGA. And everything else I already have. So PS2, Xbox, and Wii I already have on component. So, and again, if I had a Genesis, that would also be good with RGB. But the Nintendo can't do it. The Dreamcast obviously needs VGA. I just don't have the VGA box for it yet. I remember in 3rd grade, I used to beg my mom to buy me a Power Force Helix Turbo. In 3rd grade? Was the Power Force Helix Turbo out in 3rd grade when you were in 3rd grade? I'm choking right now. Why are you choking? Really? You enter a That's how you enter a chat? I'm choking? If you're choking, call the police. Or not the police, call an ambulance. I have Super Mario 3D Land, New Super Mario Brothers, and New Super Mario Bros. 2. Have you ever seen Genesis and Master System don't need modding for RGB, I think. You are correct. N64 needs modding for RGB. But Sega has been really good with that stuff. Master System, Genesis, and Saturn all are RGB. Just immediately RGB out of the box. Super Nintendo first gen is, but second gen Super Nintendo, the Junior, the N64, and the GameCube, none of those support RGB. Of course, the GameCube has component cables, but those component cables only work on first gen systems, and they're way too expensive. Way too expensive. Do you actually own Sonic 2, as you said before? I do. It's the only Genesis game I have right now. Do I have Sonic 2? I'm pretty sure I have Sonic 2. I know I saw it the other day. Yeah, I have Sonic 2. Pretty sure. I can't see it right now, but I'm pretty sure I had a boxed copy of Sonic 2. A boxed copy of Sonic 2. I can't talk. Anyways. I just went through a big box of VHS tapes that I got, and one of them has someone recorded Super Bowl 20 from 1986, which is pretty cool. So I gotta find someone who wants that. Have you played God of War? It's on PS3. I don't think I played God of War. Ever played Rise Star on Genesis? I have not. Also have Shark Lift Away, fantastic game, hidden gem. Haven't played it. I'll have to check that out. Again, I don't have a Genesis right now. I need to get another one. I don't have the money for one. And the price of a Genesis is the same price as a Retro Trio. So I'm thinking about getting that. I don't want to get a Retron 5 because the Retron 5, not a fan of it. I had the Retron 3, had all sorts of issues with it. So I want to try the Retro Trio Plus and see if that's any better. Plus, again, since it has HDMI. And then I can start buying some Genesis games to test on it. So that's cool because if I do a review of the Retro Trio Plus, I can buy Genesis games and be like, yeah, this is to test, this is for work. This is to test out something. It's sad that Rise Star has become somewhat of a collectible item now, but you can play it on compilations and emulators. Yeah. I know last I checked, my local resale shop, the one that I used to work at, had a reproduction copy of Earthbound, and I'm thinking about picking it up because I do want to play Earthbound. I know some people are like, you don't buy reproductions because it's my property. Okay, F off. I know it's a reproduction. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to, be like, this is a real copy of Earthbound. You can tell by looking at it, it's not real. But either way, they have a repro copy of Earthbound, because obviously I couldn't afford a real copy of Earthbound. And I'm thinking about picking it up. So that way I can play Earthbound, because it seems like a really cool game. But yeah. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on repros? Like, do you think repros are okay as long as you know that it's a repro and that it's not, trying to scam someone into thinking it's real? Or do you think that no, repros are not acceptable at all and they shouldn't exist? I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that. I think they're okay as long as you disclose that it's a repo. Like, if someone makes a repro and it says repro on the bottom, I think it's fine. Because it's a repro. So as long as it's disclosed on a label, even if it's in tiny font, some be like, the font's too tiny. If you can see it, if it says repro on it, then the way I see it is it's totally fine. If it doesn't say repro, I think that's when it has a problem. Because if it doesn't say it's a reproduction on the label, then it's like, okay, now it sounds like you're trying to copy the original and potentially trying to scam someone. So that's when I have a problem with it. So I think it's as simple as that. Does it disclose that it's a repro? Simple as that. Sucks because they're not the real thing. Well, of course, but I mean, you're not turning a fake game into a repro. Repro is a completely remade thing, so you're just still putting more copies out there, so that way people can actually play it on original hardware without having to use a flash card or something, and it looks good in their collection. America, I am America. I've had a Dyson DC-40 burn out when it was using the smoke was thick in the smell. Yeah. But awesome because it makes expensive collectible games affordable for others with no compromises. Not really. I don't really think it does that, but whatever. Actually, mostly Scottish. Interesting. Who the hell is Jacob? Can't freaking do this crap with one hand. This bone's too damn big. I was using my DC-33 and made my breaker trip. Help. If you make your breaker trip, then just, yeah, the DC-33 is an 11 amp machine, so yeah, that's almost as high as vacuums will go. Peruano. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. It's not lined up with charger correctly. What do you think about Tesla? Tesla's great. I want a Tesla. They're just too expensive. Well, I shouldn't say they're too expensive. I can't afford them. So that's the only reason that I would have to hate them, because I can't afford them. Out of jealousy. Because mine has all the tools of the crevice tools gray. Those in the Power Force bagless have... Yeah, some of them have gray crevice tools, some of them have black crevice tools. So that's normal for the Power Forces. I have not seen a series of unfortunate events. I don't like Tesla. I would love a Honda E though. I like my car. It's a 2003 Toyota Avalon. Gets the job done. I love the sound system. The seats are comfortable. It hauls enough stuff for me to be satisfied with it day to day. The silver color is nice. It saved my uncle's life. That's an interesting story. So yeah, I'm happy with my car. And I'm going to keep it until the wheels fall off. And I feel comfortable driving it. Maybe over voltage. I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream at around 11, so about 20 more minutes. I don't like any sort of automated vehicle that could fall and kill someone. My first car is likely going to be a 1990s or 2000 model. Yeah, I agree. I don't want like I don't want like a self-driving car. At least not, I don't know. I mean, you can still get a self-driving car and just not use the features. Like, you're not obligated to sit there and allow your car to drive itself. In fact, that's not how it's supposed to be. Self-driving car is supposed to be like an assistance thing. It's not supposed to be self-driving at this point in time. But people are using it as that, and that's why people are getting killed, because they're not following the directions. How did it save your uncle's life? Because it was sitting in the driveway, his ladder slipped, and the ladder bashed into the side of the bumper, and it stopped him from falling. From, falling on the ground and, him bashing his face on the concrete. So, that's why there's a big gash in the back of my car from where the ladder struck it. There's like a big hole that's like torn from when the ladder dug into the bumper. Who here has crashed to insanity? Probably just you. My mom gave me an old car. It's a Fiat Punto Active Spot 2004. Yeah, mine's 2003. Haven't played Crash that much, but want to. Yeah. Self-driving cars to me are junk. I like them. I just, can't afford one. You shouldn't buy a brand new car anyways. It's a waste of money. The moment you drive it off the lot, half its value goes down the drain. Oh, wow. I think it's way too early for self-driving cars. That's why they're not self-driving cars. They are not they never were self-driving cars. They are not self-driving cars. Or at the very least, if they are self-driving cars, they're not supposed to be self-driving cars. Not for any long periods of time. So yeah, it is way too early for self-driving cars. Because no one's trying to make it that. That's why they're still developing this stuff. That's why when they sell it, they say, hey, don't leave it unattended. Still make sure you're looking at the road all the time with your hands on the wheel. Just like a normal car. And people don't listen, and they get hurt. I keep yawning. Probably because I'm tired. Sega. Hey, bro. It's every day, bro. Is that a Sega cup? No? Where? I don't have a Sega cup. I have Wii Sports. I have Wii Sports. Even though it says Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I got a Bissell Powerlifter pet bagless on a curb. Nice. Model 1309. I'm going to get 4 more vacuums soon. Nice. Saving up to buy a Hummer H1. Our business is so successful. Yay. I'm getting tired. Talk to you in the next live stream. Have a good evening. You too. My mom is like dying right now. Mario or Sonic? Both. Both. It's hard to pick between the two. If you held a gun to my head and told me to pick one, I'd say Mario. But I like both. What console did you have when you were 12 years old? 12 years old, I had I don't know if I had all these at the same time, but I had a PS1, I had an NES, I had some plug and plays, I had the Wii. Did I have the Retron yet? Or Super Nintendo yet? Pretty sure that's what I would have had when I was 12. I had a PS1, a Wii, and an NES. I don't think I had anything Xbox yet, or anything newer than PS1. Obviously, PS4 didn't exist yet. Didn't have a PS3, didn't have a PS2, yeah, so PS1. And, maybe a Genesis? I don't think I had a Genesis either. I've had the Dreamcast for a long time. I think I got my Dreamcast when I was like 13, maybe 12. I don't think I had my Dreamcast when I was 12. Pretty sure I got my Dreamcast when I was 13, maybe 14, probably 13. I've had my Dreamcast for quite a long time. Well, as far as the consoles here that I've had the longest, like specific ones, the Dreamcast I've had the longest. And the Wii. No, the Wii I've had the longest. But the Dreamcast, as far as retro system, I've had the longest. Because this NES is not the same one I had. This Super Nintendo is not the same one I had. This Xbox 360 is not the same one I had. The Xbox might be. The original Xbox. Because I think I got original Xbox like 2014. Because it was my brother's old Xbox. It's 4:47 a.m. in the UK. Wow. Well, good morning. Yes, good morning. It's a very early morning. I'm assuming it's 4:47 a.m. on the 28th, right? It's the next day for you? Because I know in Australia it's the next day. Because Australians live in the future. We 12 concurrent viewers. Alright, I'm gonna head out now. Alright, see you later. My stepbrother has a PS1, Dreamcast, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. I actually made a video of that Xbox One S whenever I first got it. I don't think I ever uploaded it. Because right as I was about to upload it, it got stolen. And I was kind of like, I don't want to make a video on something and everyone's going to ask me what happened to it when I'm just going to remind me of it being stolen. Is it okay for my Power Force motor to be sparking a lot? No, absolutely not. Why are you asking me stupid questions? Obviously it's not. Your vacuum should not be on fire. My first game console was a PlayStation 2. It's a good one to start with. PlayStation 2 is a very good console to start with, considering it's the best-selling console of all time. I have a PS2 Fat, PS4, Xbox 360S, Wii U, Wii with GameCube, and white Game Boy I lost. Oh no. I have a Blu-ray player, a little LG. I have Xbox, obviously the only version of the Xbox. Fat PS2, original launch Wii, 80GB PS3, so not launch, but still a backwards compatible fat model. Dreamcast, original NES, original Super Nintendo, and Xbox 360 Arcade. So white 360, white disc tray, fat model. Jasper motherboard, so most recent version of the fat, so it's very reliable. And it has a 500GB hard drive on it, so it has the same amount of space as any other maxed out 360. And then I have a first generation Nintendo Switch. I had an Xbox One S that got stolen. I had a first gen launch PS4 that I traded in to build my PC. I've also owned a Sega Genesis. I've owned both versions, both Model 1 and Model 2, but the Model 2 I've had the longest. Never owned a Saturn, never owned a Master System. I owned an N64 standard black version. What else? PS1, I've owned the Slim and the Fat. I've owned every version of the Fat PS1. So just every version of the PS1. I've owned the one with the RCA jacks, one without it, one without the parallel, one without the serial. Every version of the PS1. And I have owned a PS2 Slim the longest, I think. But currently have a Fat PS2. And I've owned every version of the 360, but I've had the Fat 360 the longest. And I've owned every version of the PS3, but I've had the Slim one the longest, even though I currently own a Fat. You can tell I used to switch my consoles out a lot. I used to sell consoles and buy them back again. And I'm trying not to do that as much anymore. Or at the very least, if I do sell it, then it's not like an uncommon version. Like the PS3, I'm not going to sell unless it breaks because it's a backwards compatible model. If anything, I'd buy another PS3 and then put this one away since it's backwards compatible and it does work. It still works even when I dropped it off the TV bench. I have original 3DS, Xbox 360X, 2 of them, Wii, 2 of them, Wii U, 2DS XL. It's a lot of consoles. I don't think, have I ever owned an original Xbox One? I don't know if I have or not. I'm pretty sure I've only ever owned the Xbox One S, and I believe the Xbox One I had is the only one I've ever had, and the PS4 is the only one I ever had. Never had a Wii U. I've owned every Nintendo system except the Wii U. Every home console Nintendo system except the Wii U. I have had a GameCube before. The GameCube and the PS1 I traded in because they were kind of redundant since I have a Wii and I have a what did I just say? I said I had a GameCube and a what did I just say? Oh, GameCube and PS1, and I sold those off because I have a PS2 and a Wii, so I can play those games still. So I just got rid of the hardware. I still prefer to have the original hardware though, even with backwards compatibility. I still want to have a Wii U and a Wii and a GameCube hooked up, and Xbox 360, PS2, maybe not a PS1, since I have PS2 and PS3, both of which play PS1 games. But I might still have a PS1 hooked up. It depends. I just don't have enough space. I don't have enough space at all. I don't have enough space in these shelves. And if I get the shelf dividers, then that reduces the space this way, so certain things won't fit, which is annoying. I forgot I have a Nintendo Switch too. Interesting. This video made me have nightmares. Oops. I have a Nintendo Switch 2. Yes. The PlayStation 4 is under the PlayStation 2. I use my PlayStation 2 more. Yep. The motor is smoking now, but it is running fine. Well, that's good. Have a look at it. 5 more minutes, and I will go to bed. I have a PS4, but I don't use it that much because I'm not paying $70 a year for PS Plus if I can play it for free on PC. That's a good point. My friend gave me a code. Speaking of which, HPad, he gave me a code for a Nintendo Switch online. So for the next couple days, I still have that. So I haven't been playing online. I've just been playing NES and Super Nintendo games on the Switch, which is so nice to just lay in bed and play NES games. I turned it off, looked in the armor is scored. Armature is scored, yeah. I want to get a Wii U. I want to get another GameCube. I want to get another. I do still want to get a PS4, even though I wouldn't be able to play online. I just play the single player games and Xbox One. I just don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. Don't have enough patience. That's why I like retro stuff. You just put the damn cartridge in and you put the dang cartridge in and you play. No updates, no paying for online, none of that garbage. You just stick the game in and you play. That's it. I love that. You buy the game, you get the entire game, plug it in, it works. It just works. There's no optical laser to break. There's no red ring of death. There's blinking light of death, but not if you cut the 10S chip or buy a top loader. None of that. And I did have a top loader NES at one point, and the video quality was just garbage, so I got rid of it. Plus, I needed to pay rent at the time, so I got rid of it. But I do want to get another top loader NES. Someone pulled up and dropped off another Powerful's bagless. I'm so excited now. Nice. Oh, it's definitely waterlogged. Ouch. Alright, guys. Well, looks like the chat's getting pretty slow, and we're about a minute away from 11 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope it was fun. Hope y'all had a fun time. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hope y'all have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good one. Take care.